These cigarettes, these are, I don't want to promote any brand, but these are Benson and Hedges. And I found them on the train, actually. They looked okay. It's probably horrible that I'm even considering smoking these, but since I quit smoking, I've allowed myself a cigarette every once in a while, you know. Usually it's paired with drinking, so considering the fact that I'm not exactly a booze hound, nor am I of legal age to drink, so I'm not really getting the opportunity to go hit the bars or hit the clubs that often. So occasionally, I'll pull out a cigarette and light it up. But I always question it. I mean, there's always that nagging in the back of my head that's telling me, maybe you shouldn't. Maybe this will be the one that'll get you semi-addicted again. I wasn't even that addicted. I smoked 2 or 3 cigarettes a day. Sometimes more if I was stressing or drinking. But addiction does run in my family, especially when it comes to cigarettes. Specifically when it comes to cigarettes, actually. And I don't know. There's always a risk involved when you're considering things like smoking. I mean, everyone knows that it's harmful to your body, but what kind of damage could one cigarette do? You know? And sometimes the bad things in my head, they're saying, no, don't have a cigarette. You shouldn't. They get outweighed by the fact that I really, really want one. My parents smoked for the whole beginning of my life. My mom was smoking when she was pregnant with me, which probably explains a few things. I saw my parents go through withdrawal. I saw them get agitated and angry when they had to leave their wonderful little cancer sticks. They stopped smoking for me. And when I was probably 16 or so, 17, I was the one I was that guy who always said, hey, let me get a drag, then took the cigarette and broke it. I was that asshole. I never really thought about what these things meant to people until I started smoking them. When I started smoking, I made a deal with myself that I would only smoke cigarettes that I had rolled myself. The entire idea was that I was trying to learn how to roll, and pot was too expensive, and you could buy a pack of drum, which was 50 cigarettes for $5, $6, which was cheaper than a pack, and also had more cigarettes in it, so I had plenty of chances to try out. As I got better and better at rolling, I stopped really caring about the ramifications. I stopped caring about the fact that eventually, if I kept smoking, if I kept reveling in the fact that rolling cigarettes made me look cool, that I was going to kill myself. It just didn't, register. I really do wonder, what's the damage of one cigarette? If you think about it in terms of physical, I guess you could take the average endpoint damage, the point at which one person dies of lung cancer, how degraded their lungs have been, and divide it by how many cigarettes they smoked in their life. That would be the mathematical approach. If you were to look at it psychologically, one cigarette could mean a lot of things. A cigarette, when being smoked in a movie, typically means that either the characters have just had sex, or they're relaxed, or they're tense. That always kind of struck me as odd. How could a cigarette be the symbol for the most relaxed state that you could be in, and at the same time be a symbol for the most agitated state you could be in? The character sitting around chain smoking usually has something on his or her mind. It's usually followed by a voiceover narration, or at least an explanation of what's going on in the character's head. So what's going on in my head when I smoke this one cigarette? Am I thinking, I had a stressful day? Or maybe I'll have a stressful tomorrow, and I'm smoking because I'm dreading daybreak. No. I had a pretty cool today. And odds are I'm going to have a pretty cool tomorrow. I have no problem with my situation as it is. For some reason, I've always been friends with the smoking crowd, you know? I've never been friends with the clean people, usually. They're always smoking or drinking something. And, I seem to roll with that philosophy. Honestly, I don't think that the occasional cigarette is horrible. And I'm sure that the American Lung Association agrees with me on that one. And the weird thing is that if you think about it, there's probably someone out there thinking about these cigarettes that they left on the train. And they're saying to themselves, God damn, this sucks. I lost my cigarettes. My world is thrown into chaos. Or maybe they aren't. Maybe they were casual smokers like I was. And I don't think it's that bad. I mean, hell. What harm could one cigarette do? Good night, everybody.